Hey everyone! Today I'm summarizing The Family Next Door by Sally Hepworth. This is a spoiler-filled summary based on my take, so I won't cover every detail. If you're interested, the purchase link is in the description. Essie lives in Pleasant Court with her husband Ben and their two children, Mia and Polly. When Mia was still a baby, Essie experienced postpartum depression. One day, she left Mia in the park and went home. Her mother, Barbara, asked where Mia was, and fortunately, when they went back to the park, Mia was still in the same spot where Essie had left her. Polly is Essie's second baby, and this time she is trying to make everything right. Barbara has also moved to a house in Pleasant Court to help her. Essie is somewhat friends with her neighbors, Ange and Fran. They will soon have another neighbor named Isabel. Unlike the usual residents of Pleasant Court, Isabel lives alone. It's said she moved because of her work. They also assume Isabel is gay because she mentioned having a partner and doesn't have a family of her own, even though she is already around 40 years old. Anga organized a neighborhood watch meeting. She came up with the idea after they talked about an incident a few years earlier when a baby was snatched from a home. Essie had planned to attend the meeting but decided to drop by Isabel's place first, thinking it would make Isabel feel more comfortable and welcome. However, Essie and Isabel ended up having dinner and wine and skipped the meeting. Essie had so much fun that night. As expected, Angie asked Essie why she hadn't been at the meeting. Essie told her she was looking after Barbara, who had a cold. This was a lie, and even though Essie hadn't done anything wrong, she also told the same lie to her husband. Lately, Barbara and Ben have noticed that Essie is acting unusual. It seems like she might be heading toward another episode of postpartum depression. Barbara decided to help Essie relax by booking a salon appointment for her. When Essie returned, Barbara was shocked by her new look. Essie had copied Isabel's hairstyle. After getting the new hairstyle, Essie called Isabel, wanting to meet and show off her new look. Isabel was about to go to Essie, but her boyfriend Jules arrived. They hadn't seen each other for a while. Isabel missed him, and after they had sex, she forgot about going to Essie. Essie was waiting for Isabel and looking at her house through the window. She saw someone go inside with Isabel and decided to check what was happening. She saw Isabel with Jules. At that moment, Essie realized that she loves Isabel. Just then, Ben found Essie and asked her to come home. She refused to leave and only agreed to go with Ben when Isabel came out of the house and saw her. That night, Barbara left Mia and Polly at Ange's house while they took Essie to the hospital. While Essie was in the hospital, Isabel visited her. Essie ended up confessing that she had become obsessed with Isabel, that she was attracted to her, that she loved her. Instead of being surprised, Isabel said it all made sense. Isabel explained that they are sisters, and Essie was experiencing genetic sexual attraction. She revealed that Essie's real name was Sophie, and that she had been snatched from the hospital as a baby. Isabel also had proof she took a strand of hair from Mia and had it tested. The results confirmed their relationship. Essie didn't believe this. She insisted that Barbara is her mother and that Isabel might have made a mistake. She asked Isabel to leave. At Pleasant Court, Isabel decided to confront Barbara about stealing Essie as a baby. Barbara looked shocked, which wasn't the reaction Isabel expected. Barbara insisted that Essie was her baby. After that, she got into her car with Mia and headed to the hospital to visit Essie. However, over an hour passed, and they still hadn't arrived at the hospital. Ben started looking for them, and Isabel confessed that her confrontation had affected Barbara. During the car ride with Mia, Barbara became very confused. She mixed up the past with the present and thought the child she was with was Essie, not Mia. She was confused when Mia called her Gran and insisted that she was her mom. A woman nearby noticed Barbara's confused behavior and became suspicious. When Mia started crying, Barbara pulled on her shirt even though it seemed to hurt Mia. The woman took a video, which helped the police locate them. Once Mia was safely back in the car, they drove away again. Barbara was confused about where they were going, so she decided to get out of the car to ask for help. However, Mia ran off because she wanted to go to the tram. Barbara ran after her because another vehicle was approaching. Mia was safe, but Barbara was the one who got injured. Barbara survived, and after being released from the hospital, she was placed in a psychiatric facility. Essie had already come to believe Isabel's story about Barbara kidnapping her, but she did not hate Barbara. Barbara would not go to jail because she was not mentally stable when she committed the crime. Essie also supported her because Barbara had been a great mother after all. In the end, Barbara lived not too close and not too far from Pleasant Court. She stayed in touch with Essie and her family, although she could not spend time with the children without supervision. In the end, everything worked out. Isabel gave birth to a baby girl, and they named her Sophie. Other relevant scenes. Ange is also facing her own problems. She found out that her husband, Luke, cheated on her again. He first cheated with Josie and was about to leave Ange for her, but Ange wasn't ready to be alone, so she told Luke she was pregnant. She wasn't, but she had sex with him multiple times to try to get pregnant. Their marriage survived, and Josie was no longer an issue. This time, Ange discovered that Luke had cheated again, and he had a daughter with another woman. Luke asked for forgiveness, and Ange tried to forgive him. However, later on, she realized she no longer wanted to settle with Luke. She came to this realization when she noticed how Ben looked at Essie. Luke never looked at her like that. Ange and Luke ended up breaking up. Fran also has her own problems. When her first child was born, her husband Nigel was depressed. During that time, Fran had an affair with a workmate. She became pregnant again but wasn't sure if the baby was Nigel's or the man she had multiple one-night stands with. She later confessed this to Nigel, which affected their marriage. Nigel went away on a business trip. When their daughter Eva was rushed to the hospital with a high fever, Fran called Nigel and he flew back immediately. They decided to work things out. Fran also discovered that her mom, who seemed indifferent before, had called Nigel to apologize. In the end, Nigel held on to the possibility that Eva was really his daughter because her blood type is O, which is rare. That's the summary of The Family Next Door by Sally Hepworth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, the book link is in my bio. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other summaries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.